Good morning, my friends. I am so sorry I hadn't been posting videos, been doing on a little mission here. Sorry. So, and remember my Wet It and Forget It video. I was trying to do that to avoid pressure washing, but got HOA violation notices. So one of the notices was not the sidewalk, but actually the driveway. So it was to pressure wash the driveway. So since I'm unemployed, I was like, I'm not paying $200 to pressure wash the driveway. I found my garden mentor. She was a lifesaver. She already had a pressure washer. So I borrowed hers and came out here yesterday and started pressure washing. I also got a violation for between the driveways. The grass needed to be St. Augustine. So, this is what we had. Whatever this stuff is, maybe you can see it. This is what we have. However, I asked my neighbor, I say, you didn't get a notice? I got a notice. So, he said, no. I'm like, okay, so if you didn't get a notice, but I got a notice, all this is not mine. I was confused. So I say, okay, well, it is what it is. However, that grass, that whatever it is not grass, it's a weed or whatever, it has been here since I've been here. It's been like that. I was told that it was difficult to even get grass to grow, and that's always how it ends up. It ends up coming back as that little weed or whatever that stuff is. So if you can help me with that, let me know. So here's how this happened. So as you can see, all this has been tilled up. This is how this happened. This is story time. So I did much as I could and had to go pick the boy up from band camp. So I did, most of the driveway. I have a 6-car driveway, 8-car, I don't know how many cars, but I have a pretty big driveway, and I did the sidewalk, and I did the front door. So the front door, this is my first time ever pressure washing. I had a 1550 PSI pressure washer. The front door, I just kind of tried to, dust it off. It started taking paint off. So I'm going to get a quarter paint from the Home Depot of my color, which they keep on file. And I'm going to go ahead and fix that between now and next week, because I don't like the way it looks. I won't get a violation. But having exposed wood is kind of dangerous. That invites termites in. So you just don't want to have exposed like that. Have it painted all times. So it started taking a little bit of paint off. I'm going to do some touch-up painting because I just painted the whole house, like 3 or 4 years ago. So I already had the letter saying I needed to do both the driveway and I needed to resod the St. Augustine. I already knew that. I've never resodded that side of the yard. I say when they tell me to do it, I'll do it. So I went to get the little man from band camp, and I saw a truck where somebody else is resodding. So I'm an opportunist. I promise you I am, and I admit it. I'm an opportunist. So I said, okay, I'm going to get their number when I come back. So when I came back, they were still there. I said, okay, I'm going to stop them. I said, can y'all come around the corner and give me an estimate? I'll pull weeds while I'm talking. Can you come around the corner and give me an estimate on a spot I need to do? They said, sure. So they had a side cutter rental from Home Depot. And again, I'm an opportunist. I actually had plans to get a tiller from Amazon for $200 and then, see if it worked, and if it didn't, return it. Wink, wink. So when I saw them, I was like, shoot, that tiller is going to be a whole heap of work. So I decided, let me see what they say. And didn't realize it was a rental, but it was. And I say, how much you'll charge me to get this up real quick? And they were like, oh, they said 125. I said, I got 100 in cash. So they said, all right. Then we get round to, oh, we didn't know it was that wide. That much you want. We thought you wanted one strip. So it got up to 140. No problem. I'll go ahead and do the 140. It's saving me the work. And so they did it. But we marked the, kind of marked off the sprinklers. Tried to get my neighbor to go in. It wouldn't answer the door at that point in time. So, I stopped at my property line. We did mark the sprinklers, however, they did break 2 heads. So they said, well, you don't have to pay us till we come back and fix the 2 sprinkler heads. We'll see, because, they did say they'll be back in a day or so to fix that. So I hadn't paid them anything at this point. And this needs to come up. We need to pick this up. But I'm going to go ahead and do this today because I really kind of want to finish pressure washing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up today. And that's part of the agenda, and to finish pressure washing. But they broke 2 of my sprinkler heads. So here's what you do when you get a letter from the HOA. I'm making an effort to do this. However, I am not sitting down fresh sod with that right next to it. That's going to take right back over. It's going to be a waste of time and money. So I'm going to leave this pulled up until we come to a resolve on that right there. Because replace one, you got to replace it all. And why no letter was sent that way? But it's not all mine. And I mean, I was trying to get it done low cost. Basically on the hookup, because you chip in $50, we get all that removed. And when we go pick up a pallet and a half of sod, ourselves and drop it. But that ain't working. That is not working. And if I put down fresh sod, it's just gonna take right back over, and that's just a waste. So I need to leave this to let all that other stuff die off organically. I may even put some weed stop or something down and let it die off. It needs to stay this way for at least 2 to 3 weeks and be a giant mud pit for like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4, for all of that old stuff to die off. And by then, maybe we'll be at a resolve on that side. But I'm like, look, one way or the other, it's going to have to be done. But I had pretty much I don't know if that's Bahai, weeds, or what, but it's not allowed. We're responsible for the front yard. I don't know. So this is where I am with the violations. I am going to correct my violations. You are really supposed to kind of take charge over your asset. This is the biggest asset you'll ever get. And I have no problem complying with taking care of my own property. Nobody really should have to tell you to take care of your own property. But when you sign up for this, this is what you sign up for. So that's just a done deal. However, I'm going to need y'all to work with me, because I ain't into wasting money. Now, I've already sodded this front section. It's just some bad spots that just never really hold the sod. You got to really work with it for it to hold the sod. Or you will be doing this every 2 or 3 years, and that's not how I operate. I'm not into wasting money like that. So, like this front section where I just finally decided to create an edible landscape and put my blueberries in, this section, I had already resodded it once 3 years ago, and that same crap overtook it once again. So I said, well, forget grass. See, it's even trying to overtake my flower bed. So I'm not into wasting money like that. No way. So yeah, it's still strong, going strong in the flower bed. And I didn't even till it up, so I'm probably gonna have the same problem come 2-3 years from now, because you really gotta pull this stuff up, let it completely die off, let it sit, because if you got fresh weed killer down and then put down St. Augustine, you just killing your St. Augustine. Nothing's gonna grow there. So you gotta let it sit for at least a month for the weeds to die. And the weeds have to die, and you have to wait for the weed killer to all dissipate and disappear, so you don't kill what you're putting down. So that's, as long as they see you're working on it, and you write them and tell them you're in the process of doing what they ask you to do, but it's going to take a minute due to XYZ. And part of that is me letting everything die off, because I'm not into spending money every 2 years, and not no $400 and $500 and $600 every 3 or 4 years. And when you do it yourself, you do save a few dollars if you have the means to do it yourself. Meaning, last time when I did this section myself, I rented the $20 Home Depot truck. And see, it's starting to come back here. And I rented the $20 Home Depot truck. I went and picked up the pallet of sod, which at that time was like 100 and something. Now they've gone up to $228. That's what they told us when we called yesterday. It was $228 for a pallet. And came home, me and my brother laid it. I gave him like $50-$60 for helping me out. And we did this whole landscape to kind of make us have to buy less sod. Okay, here we are 3 years later. I did it again, but I only needed, at this point, 20 pieces to just kind of fill in the blanks. Because I hired, I ain't going to say the company name, but I hired them to spray. And the first spray people I had, the guy was doing a decent job. But then the next guy they sent, that guy quit. New guy, he didn't know what he was doing and killed off everything. So I had to buy 20 pieces, and I just put them in the back of my SUV and kept it moving. Came and threw them down in the yard, dug up what I could with the hoe, rake, whatever, and put those 10 pieces in the yard. So now, and it took, and I also used the zoo compost. So it's acceptable. It ain't the best, but it's acceptable. And I just now the zoo compost, like I said, is bringing weeds to the yard. And I just pull out the weeds that the spray guy say it won't kill. Those sticker bird weeds and stuff. So I've been pulling weeds and trying to keep it, the best I can, weed free. But this here is a lot of work. Know what you're getting into when you move into a homeowners association, into these big fancy houses, and just kind of know what you're into, know what's acceptable and what's not. Read those bylaws before you go spend $300,000 on a house, can barely pay the mortgage, and then you gotta pay for grass too, or they're trying to take the house. Know what you're getting into. If you're not that kind of person that cares about how your yard looks, this may not be for you. If you're a kind of person living on the edge, living on the last dime, this may not be for you. You just gotta know what you're getting into, because it can get to be a lot. So I just wanted to get that message. See, like, I don't know what that is, and it's coming up all over as a weed. So, and it, like I say, it might have came from the zoo compost, because I'm seeing that's producing a lot of weeds. So this is what you get when you do free. It is what it is, and I just have to deal with it. There's some more of it. So, but or it could come from the yard guy bringing it from somewhere else. You just never know. But you got to be on the lookout for it. Be ready to kill it. And a weed will spread like a wildfire and mess you up in more ways than one. So, another handful of weeds. But let me get to this work. Let me finish this pressure washing and get that stuff up. But I just wanted to touch bases with you all and hit on that topic, because this is what you're dealing with. I don't regret my decision. Like, I can really just move back to the hood and retire if I want to, but I don't want to give up my big home. So this is what I'm dealing with. I thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And let me know what you're going through below. Maybe I have some solutions, some buy me some time solutions, or something that I can help you with. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.